I'm joined in the studio today by our political marketing expert, Dr. Paul Baines. So Paul, UK general election in 3 weeks' time. How is marketing being used by the political parties to advance their message and gain those all-important votes?
Well, it's used in a variety of ways, Andrew. It's used in the sense that it's on billboards, so you'll see billboards, probably the most visual element that people of our audience have seen so far. It's used in terms of driving activity on the internet, both awareness and to engage the electorate and so on in getting out to vote. It's also used in understanding how politicians should present themselves in the debates. So the three leaders will be taking advice from various marketing and media specialists on how to present themselves in the party during those debates. It's used in research terms to understand what policies the voters actually want to appeal to them and so on. And it's used in other media, such as the party election broadcasts, which have been on this week for the first time and will continue through until the end of the campaign. So it's really around the communications activity principally, and that's the bit that the electorate see, but it's also in relation to the research and the underpinnings of the policies that they're putting forward too. So it's in a variety of ways.
We've got some of the latest election posters here. Let's go through them and critique them.
Sure.
First one, Labour. David Cameron depicted as Gene Hunt from Ashes to Ashes.
Well, I think the thing about that advert is it's very negative. It's negative in the sense that here we see Cameron as a spiv, and the idea is to suggest, to denigrate his character, to really try to suggest that he's not trustworthy on the economy, that he'll go back to the boom and bust as Labour positions it in the 80s, and that he will return them to that. So it's trying to damage his credibility, really.
Let's take the Conservative poster. I took billions from pensions. Vote for me, with Gordon Brown's image.
Exactly the same. Again, very negative, this time from the Tories. Interestingly enough about that, it's got a very insincere, sort of badly smiling Gordon Brown there. What's interesting about that is that the image is designed, and the words are designed so that people see those immediately and hardly see the Conservative message below. That's quite interesting. The research actually about negative campaigning, negative political advertising, is equivocal. It says that sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. It can be good for the company doing it if the message is correct and not seen as overly vicious. It can be bad if it's seen as vicious.
Okay. The Lib Dems focusing on a possible rise in VAT.
A direct copy of a Conservative, of a Labour advert in the '92 election. Again, a negative message. The idea that the Tories would really do this is unlikely, but the point is that they know that the Tories are trying to gain credibility over the economy, and they're directly trying to damage it because their key competition is really the Tories.
And finally, UK Independence Party. What can you say about that?
Well, not much. The message is very, very negative indeed. I mean, it's aiming at building up. The UKIP's really trying to capitalise on the negativity that people have for the parliamentary process generally, the expenses scandal and all the rest of it. They're trying to tie into that directly, but there's not much to say. There's no intellectual content to that at all.
Paul, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.